Round 2, fight. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Is the old chat still open? I don't know if the old chat is still open. I cannot find it. Now I cannot pop out chat either. What? What? I know. Stir fry, as soon as you showed up, boom. It was just too much awesomeness in one stream. So my router just died. That was pretty fun. So I guess now we just wait like a year. It is not. Wait for everyone to come back. Fun times. Let's try this again. All right, so it's sending out notifications, I guess, so that's nice. Old Skippy, what's up, Skip? Skipper? Let's, Now live on your channel. All right, well, it even sent me a notification. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neato. Peekaboo! Not supposed to touch that button. Yeah, you know, this router's been giving me problems for a couple weeks now. So I knew I should have just axed it a while ago. But I was holding out. I lost my drink. It's way down here. Bizine. I don't know why I like that name, but I do. I have no... I don't know why. So we had 176 people here. I'm going to sit here and say nothing until all 176 people come back. So there. Uh-oh. Oh, I got the new chat. Okay. Oh, I mean the old chat. Let's copy this link. Put it in the old chat. Close that out. What were we talking about? Whoa, what were we? I can't even make that noise again. All right. Oh, we're at 50. All right. 120 more to go. 120 more people to go, and then we can start over. Thanks, Bob. I like your name too. Visine. I don't know why. It just rolls off the tongue. Visine. Guess who's back? Back again. Clear on this end, and yo, all y'all and Mike and the Fish Tank Barn. At the Fish Tank Barn, I recently bought a group of redfins that came in from my LFS that had ick. They sold them to me for half price and was able to save them. Risk versus reward. I mean, at half price, I mean, ick is fairly easy to get rid of, so that's a good deal. I would do it too. Nice score. Who was that? Was that Amanda? Amanda Hug and Kiss. Amanda Baker. How are the new geckos doing? The new geckos are fantastic. Doing super awesome. Wondered where y'all went. We just cannot get rid of the freaky fish lady. We tried to ditch her, and she came back. So, all right. I guess we'll just let her stay. We won't try to sneak off again. It was a roach topic. A roach. Regina Phalange's favorite topic. Bob rolls off the tongue like a Twinkie. I don't think a Twinkie rolls off your tongue. If it does, I'm pretty sure you're eating the wrong way. But I don't know. Good thing the quarantine tank was empty. Nice. Yeah. A roach topic. Roach. Alex saying hi to Chevy Fish and Skipperino. I don't know why I just can't say Skipper. I got to come up with anything other than Skipper. I don't know why. Whatever. That's just the way it is. Okay, well, we're back up to 70, so I guess we can start. We can go back. Although, was there anything else? Like, you're talking about roaches. I think I covered it pretty well. Right? We don't need to talk about roaches anymore, do we? I don't think so. is that? I don't know. Oh yeah. Good suggestion. We gotta re-hit the like button. Sorry, folks, but hopefully I can talk you into doing that. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and let's hit the like button so the 100 people that are still lost out on the internet can get re-notified. Hippie John the Fisherman. Nice. Had to Google the roaches Patty was talking about. We don't use the same slang. Yeah. Cockroaches. They really get a bad rap, although some of them are pretty disgusting. Well, they're not really disgusting, just annoying. The Skipmeister. That's funny. You've heard of the Stiffmeister. Welcome, Skipmeister. Okay, never mind. We won't go down that road. Anyways. All right, so let's get back on track. Let's see. We covered the, just wanted to say, hi, Bob. $6.16 super chat from Tesla KillDozer. Hello, Tesla. Good to see you. It's been a while. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. I really do. And share the stream out. So some social media guys, please and thank you. Why won't my catappa leaves stay on the bottom of the tank? Well, you could boil them. Not too long though, because they'll break down faster. But if you boil them, they will sink. So generally, they're always going to float until they get waterlogged. We all know the YouTube removed the dislike button because YouTube throws back videos. We're getting YouTube throwback. I think it's a different reason, but we won't go there. I think that helped make the decision, though, for sure. Steenfott, if you go any in the world, specifically to collect fish, where would you go and what would you bring back? So, this is going to be two different answers here, because if I could go anywhere in the world, it would be Antarctica. However, if I was going anywhere in the world to collect fish, it would be Lake Tanganyika. I know everyone's going to say, like, why not Papua New Guinea? Why not Australia for rainbow fish? No, it'd be Lake Tanganyika. I really want to go to Tasmanian. Just that whole area, and I love Lake Tanganyika. I find it really fascinating. What are your thoughts on pool filter sand? I think it's a great, inexpensive substrate. I've used it myself, and I have no issues with it at all. Some people will say you have to be careful about the silica that's in it, and I've never had a problem. I've had corridoras on pool filter sand 100 million times, and I've never had an issue. MD glued some catappa leaves to small rocks in his vid this week. I thought that was genius. Now I can make them stay where I want. So, the thing I would be concerned about, and I love MD fish tanks. I do. So I'm not trying to like be, an MD fish tank downer. What happens when the catappa leaves break down? Because the super glue does not look good if it's not covered up. And when you use like super glue for moss or for like Anubias, it doesn't go away, right? It keeps growing, so you don't have to worry about it. But with catappa leaves, eventually it's going to break down, and then you're going to have this unsightly super glue, which is fine if you're just going to take it right back out and I guess super glue new leaves to it. But yeah, that's the only thing that would like make me not want to do that. I think it's funny that the most disliked YouTube video on YouTube was the YouTube rewind stuff was just, it was absolutely terrible. It's almost the worst content on YouTube. But I still think there's other reasons. One of them, Dolbeck Aquadyne, yes. You can't have people paying to post content on your platform and then having like a 90% dislike video or dislike ratio. Yeah, so there's definitely was multiple factors. Why do I keep setting my water down? Stay up here on my desk. Zanzibar. I mean, I want to go to Tanzania so bad. There's also a resort on Lake Tanganyika that's on like this little island. So you boat out and you have like a little bungalow on this island. It's super duper expensive. So this is definitely like a dream scenario here. But I think it would be super awesome. And you could just go around and swim around and look at shell dwellers and cyprichromis and alligators, all kinds of stuff. I'm a good hippie. Oh, I am good hippie. How about you? Okay. Yeah, you could be a good hippie too. I don't know. I usually put a rock on the catappa leaves for a few days. I don't know. Am I the only one that likes my catappa leaves floating? Like, I guess I must be, because everyone else, you really want yours to sink. Like, it doesn't take that long for them to become waterlogged. What's the rush, people? They will sink eventually. Jeez. Relax. Slow down. Enjoy it. Son of a biscuit. Hey. This dog has like a new obsession with my socks, and it's so annoying. I don't know where he's getting them. I have no idea. He's on like his 5th sock today. He's never played with a sock in his life, and he's now on like his 5th sock today. Socks aren't cheap, buddy. I don't know. Does the 2 hours restart because the stream restarted? Oh, fiction can be fun. No. Maybe you could catch your Benthochroma stricati in Lake Tanganyika as well. And maybe see some Mabu puffers roaming around. That would be kind of sweet. You know, I mean, there's just so many cool fish. The was like the largest or the second largest cichlid is in Lake Tanganyika. Probably the second largest. The emperor cichlid. Which dog is eating the socks? Your mom. Oh, boom, roasted. Any idea where to purchase the Tanganyikan spiny eel? The Masticembulus ellipsifier. That's what well, whatever. So no, actually, Ian. I will say the wet spot tropical fish sometimes gets the Tanganyikan spiny eel. I don't know that I've seen it anywhere else. I feel like there was someone recently who had them, but I saw it in like a Facebook group, so I'm not sure. And I've only seen the crab for sale one time in my life, and they were like $100. It was like $500 for a 6-pack of those crabs. So I don't know. The eels are not very expensive when they're up for sale, but the crabs, the one time I saw them, they were insanely expensive, so I didn't get them. But I would love to. Yes, Bob, leaves and driftwoods will eventually sink, and I'm too impatient to wait. Lurking on the phone. What's going on, Fish Dreams? I just put the leaves. Oh, excuse me. I just put the leaves from my fringe tree into a starter tank. They look like catappa leaves, but are free. Fingers crossed they don't wreck the water chemistry. You're probably all right. Fringe tree. Did a complete rescape on a 15-gallon yesterday. Old tank syndrome. It looks 1,000% better, says Regina Phalanges. The mud substrate with fine river gravel. I love it. I love the mud. Cool, thanks. $100. Wow. Would it do it quick if I could? I would do it quick if I could find it. It would be fun. The Tanganyikan crabs are super cool. Man, I wish I could remember. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago that I saw them for sale. And again, it was another one of these Facebook groups, like rare fish Facebook groups. And it was somebody that was like importing. Hubby informed me that he booked a romantic Valentine's weekend for me and overnight on Lake Millie Lax ice fishing. I get to go to Twin Cities on the way up, so a win in my book. Romantic ice fishing. That sounds very romantic. Very. But yeah, going to Twin Cities Guppies, that's going to be awesome. I hope I can make it there someday. It must be COVID 45. I think it's still 19. I don't think they're changing the number. Who knows? Who knows? I actually got it last week. That's why I only streamed for an hour last week. Well, I mean, I don't know that I had it last week, but I did test positive for it. Please hit the like button. Ginger Grumble is paying money, so you guys hit the like button for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. What? Looney, a.k.a. Looney Tunes. Hey, Bob, sir. Hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic. Thank you. Skipper is at 466. Needs to get to 500. Show some love. Drop him a sub. I agree. There's even a video of me on his channel, so there you go. What more reason do you need to go subscribe? Minnesota Romance, ice fishing. Ice fishing. UPS, you're living the dream. Sub to Skipperino. Alright, anyways, we can't talk about the COVID, guys. We'll get demonetized. And by we, I mean me. So, X-nay on the COVID talk, alright? We don't want to get our YouTube overlords upset. One of Corey's recent videos said something about getting a camper and it being for get outdoors. Foreshadowing anything awesome. I sure hope so. We did plan a camping trip, and it actually snowed way too much, so we ended up just having a little local campfire cookout. But yes, I just messaged Jimmy like 3 days ago, and I was like, dude, let's go camping. Let's go. Know where I can get Pseudomagil signifers? Xanadu. Let's take a look. Okay, rainbow fish. I'm going to Dan's Fish first. See if there's any. I love Glossolepis wanamensis. Oof, such a beautiful fish. Alright, we're looking for signifer. None in stock. Next we will go to Aquatic Arts. See what they got. A store, freshwater fish, and rainbow fish. Alright, looking for, you know what? I'm just going to control find that. Signifer. Where are we at? Sold out. Okay. I'm not going to say this next place, but if they have it, I will say it. If not, I'm not going to say it. But let's take a look. Fish. Rainbow fish. We will control F. Sig. And what do we got? Nothing. Okay, nothing. Not seeing him here. Next, let's just maybe try Aquabid. You guys staring at my face while I'm looking at the internet. Let's go rainbow fish on Aquabid. Whoa, there is hardly any rainbow fish on Aquabid. That is crazy. And look at that. There's like 20 listings and 18 of them are Dan's Fish. All right. Well, we know he doesn't have them at this point. No. I do not know where to get some signifers. Thank you for the $4.54 super chat. I hope you got your money's worth, because I did not find any. Maybe someone in chat. How long does Aquatic Arts take to ship? A placed order last week hasn't shipped. It just says confirmed. I'm not too familiar with the inner workings of Aquatic Arts, but I know they won't ship if there's weather issues. So I don't know. Like, they're like up north, so they might be going through a storm right now. You should be able to email them and maybe get an answer. But yeah, usually they won't ship unless weather is favorable. Bob, I couldn't see you using a camper. So he doesn't have a camper. He has a like camper van. So it's not like a motorhome or like an actual camper. It's just a van. And I would do a van, but I would only do like a camper van on road trips. Like, I wouldn't go up into the mountains with a camper van, but I would like drive to Yosemite in a camper van, or that kind of stuff. And I hope to have one day. Like, I really want the GMC Safari, like an old 2000 GMC Safari, because they're all-wheel drive, and they got the 4.3 liter engine that goes like 500 million miles with 0 oil changes. So, how about Pseudomagil cyandoralis? I think this is just not a very good time to find fish. I mean, I could post some signifer rainbows on eBay if you'd like, but I'd rather not ship live fish this time of year. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, most of your backyard breeders, if you will, or hobbyists is probably a better term, really don't like shipping this time of the year. And like, I have some stuff that I could sell if I wanted to, but I'm not listing them either because I don't want to ship right now at all. Does the ornate rainbow Steenfott goby get the crazy colors you see on Google, and do they have that many different names for the same fish? So gobies can be finicky. If they're not happy, they're not going to color up. So another thing to remember is a lot of gobies have that color only when they're spawning. So keep that in mind. Like, they don't spawn year round. So a lot of that is just like their spawning dress, trying to attract females. Get you a sweet Uncle Rico van. I'd really want it to be all-wheel drive, just so I'm less limited. Because for me to like go on a road trip, I have to go over a lot of passes. So, I mean, I got the Cascades out here. I got the Olympics out here. So lots of mountains, and I'd really feel more comfortable having all-wheel drive. Plus, I like the smaller footprint versus like the Uncle Rico van, the old Vanagon or whatever. Not Vanagon, whatever those old GMCs were, Chevys. I don't remember, but we've been practicing setting up a new rooftop tent. Don't want any hate from Bob out on the trail. Well, you're automatically gonna get hate if you have a rooftop. No, I'm not gonna give you any hate. I'm not a hater. I just think it's funny watching these Seattleites come up in the mountains with their rooftop tents and they don't even know how to work them. Snowing like a champ in Pittsburgh. Still have merch? If so, address. Yeah, I took my website offline for a couple months, but it's back up and there's merch, but nothing exciting. Let's be real. Pin your link to Dan's Fish, please. I could 100% see Bob in a Volkswagen camper van. I would love like the 21, is it 21 window? But I wouldn't have it as a camper van. I would have it as like a cruiser. So I would slam that thing to the ground, put some nice rims on it. Ginger with the $2 super chat. Pin your link to Dan's Fish. Well, I just happen to have it right here, so I think I will. Buy live fish here. Can't wait to go out here and see his warehouse. As he sips his haterade, it's steak juice. It is the blood of animals. Where you at, Jeff? Zach wants to know where you're at, Jeff. I would love to score an old Volkswagen bus. It's so depressing. You used to be able to buy those things for like $500 that ran, and now they're like $20,000. So ridiculous. Betta, late than never, plans for a Tetra community. I mean, that's all up to you. Totally up to you. I like doing stem plants for schooling fish. I don't know why. I just do like Rotala, Lagwidia, Jungle Val would be a fun one to watch them school in and out of. Is that dog hair on your mic, or are you rubbing your beard on it? It's probably dog hair. This little thing right here. So when I'm not live streaming, my mic is way over here. And it's right next to the dog's couch. And so, yeah, they do kind of rub up on it sometimes. Something like that. It's still there. It's like not coming off. There, now it's gone. There, happy? Oops, now I lost my chat. Where'd my chat go? There. Oh, no. Rocky Miles with the $1 dog emoji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Will a Hillstream Loach eat baby snails? Probably not. Probably not. They are herbivore. Herbivore. I want a Volkswagen camper bus, but I already have 2 cars and I'm only 18. They're just... you have to do like this. You swap them out for like the Subaru motor. Otherwise, they're just gutless. Or baby shrimp. They're not going to actively seek out shrimp, but they might get one every once in a while. My parents got me a 2012 Jeep Liberty. Then my great grandpa gave me his 1960s Ford Thunderbird. I would dig a 1960s Thunderbird, especially if it has like the 429 turbojet. And all Blaheri, which I think are very underrated, Dan. School in a 125 6-foot tank or a community rainbow. You could do all Blaheri and then other community fish, or do you mean like... So here's the thing, Dan. I always go back and forth. Always. I'll get like a giant school of one species of rainbow fish, and I'll keep that for a while. And then I'll get a school of just random rainbow fish, and that's fun for a while. And then I'll go back and I'll think, man, like a large school of Parkinsonites would be really cool. So I always go back and forth. It's just personal preference. I think the issue most people are going to have with the Blaheri is that they lose their color kind of the longer the day goes on. So, well, I mean, a lot of rainbow fish do that. They're most colorful when the lights first come on. But Blaheri are amazing looking. I have a small group of Blaheris that are from Gary Lang, and I refuse to get rid of them. It's a 1 male and 3 females, and they are on. I want to breed them eventually. The Thunderbird looks brand new. He's super type A about keeping his stuff clean, and it's got a really nice red color. Well, I hope you're the same way then, because it's yours now. You're right, Ginger. A Porsche engine will go in there. That's the worst. Cat says, I prefer species only. Yeah, I go back and forth all the time. Howdy, Bob. Saw someone's Thunderbird cows the block at Barrett Jackson today. Crazy loud. Doesn't even... Cows the block? I don't know what that means. Cows the block? I'm not like a huge Thunderbird person, but some of them I like the. I don't know what year it is. Is it the late 70s with the suicide doors? That's the one I want. I want the one with the suicide doors. Or I'll take the Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors. It's probably worth just a little bit more, but I'd be happy either way. Either way, I wouldn't complain. Ian says, I'm trying to get a realistic background without the 3D stuff. Have you ever seen acrylic with photos printed on it? I haven't. I'm looking at something like that, an underwater ocean background. I've never seen acrylic with photos painted on it on a background in an aquarium. I don't know how that would look. I'd be interested to see that if anyone has ever seen that. I'm still on Sue McGill's, chomping for bigger species. Bigger species. 69 T-Bird. What is the T-Bird that's in Thelma and Louise? That one was pretty cool too. I mean, it was a boat, but it was still pretty cool. Forget that car. I'll take a pond over a new car. K-Stu, what's going on, buddy? I never understood the appeal of a Thunderbird. Like I said, I don't think they're like super amazing, but I can appreciate them. And the reason I like the one with the suicide doors is because it's not a boat. It's much smaller, and it's a little more sleek. But I do love myself a boat too, like a Continental with the suicide doors would be amazing. That's like a dream car. Diddy's Findan says, Case 2, haven't seen you in a while. I like any older cars that have nice curves. So I like some of the old Cadillacs. I mean, yeah, I like classic cars. So I mean, T-Birds are my favorite. But like I said, I can appreciate them. And he got it for free. His grandpa gave it to him. Like, how could you go wrong? That just makes it even more special. Eleanor. Everyone loves Eleanor. Alice says, me too. I want a koi pond. Koi pond. Man. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would ever do koi, like ever. If I had a pond, I would rather have like 10 billion golden white clouds than some koi that are just going to get carried away by the eagles that live here. A 57 T-Bird is so cool. It has a hardtop convertible with porthole windows. Porthole windows. The new one is atrocious. Like that new one that they came out with like 15 years ago. That is one of the ugliest cars ever. Ever. And welcome to Steenfott Automotive's live stream. 66 was The Bird in Thelma and Louise. That movie is so good. It's such a good movie. It gets overlooked a lot. I love a pond, but Pittsburgh winters are way too cold. What can I add with my Thai Jumbo Round Body Arandos? Dojo loaches. What for algae? Any snails for cold water? I mean, like your typical pond snails, or I guess ram's horn snails, the typical pest snails. They'll go into freezing water without issues. Are Corey's pond fish getting eaten? The fry are, for sure. The fry are. We sat there one night and just watched kingfishers just all day. And Jimmy's got pictures of them like diving down and getting all the fry. I was looking at fish and I was feeding my fish and looking at my 4-inch Congo tetras. To be honest, they looked decent in a pond. My Buenos Aires tetras look amazing in a pond, and they get pretty good size, especially for a tetra. And they can go really, really cold too. 55 Bel Air, 2-tone hardtop or 67 Chevelle, 396. I'd probably go with a Chevelle. Believe it or not, I can't stand Corvettes. I don't think I'm old enough. I think to own a Corvette, I think you have to be like between 50 and 60, and you have to have like silvery white hair. I think that's like a prereq. Like, I don't even think Chevy will let you buy one if you don't have that. Second, the gold white cloud idea. That's what I'm doing outside next spring. Enough fooling with other stuff that can't see from above the tub. Like, gold white cloud minnows look so good. I still have mine out in a tub. The water froze about 7 inches thick, and I could still see them swimming around under the ice. And so far, like, all the local birds have left them alone. And yeah, they look so good, especially in the sunlight. My wife's dad has a 73 Nova that is super clean. I've never had an old classic muscle car. I want one so bad. Bunny Viper says, I welcome any suggestions, Bob. Can mystery snails go cold also? I don't believe that they can go as cold. I've never done it. I've kept them in unheated aquariums where it was like in the 60s, but I've never gone colder than that with mystery snails, so I'm not sure. MTS is real. It certainly is. 71 AMC Javelin. A lot of those AMC cars, I'm telling you, are just, they're so bonkers that they're kind of cool. It's always fun hearing people on cold places talk about ponds. From June to December, it's over 110 degrees where I live, and any pond under 300 gallon gets too hot. Any good hot water fish to breed? I mean, you could do the soda cichlids if you're into cichlids. They're, I think they're like in 100+ degree water where they come from. The lake is like stupid hot. Regina says, totally, Bob. I've always said that about Corvettes. Got to be at least 55 to drive one. It's always some like 60-year-old guy with like silvery white hair every time. My grandpa drives a Corvette and an older Charger. My grandpa owns a Corvette too. I mean, it's awesome. He lets me drive it every time I go see him. But yeah. What happened to the police car? I still have the police car. I still have it. Now you want a bigger tub. Next season, maybe 300 gallons. That would be like my minimum. Going forward, so I have 3 150-gallon tubs and 2 that are like 360. And 150 is a lot, but it's still just too small for outside for me. I think if I ever do more ponds, it'll like 300 would be the minimum. Rocky Mile says, only have room for 10 gallons. Really want gold white clouds. They're really amazing. Mine have never spawned. Ever. I've had them outside in a tub now. This will be the 3rd year they've been outside. So they're probably too old. But very disappointing. They've been in the exact same pond now. This will be their 3rd summer. Hopefully, I think they're too old now, but hopefully I'll get some fry somehow. There's way more plants in there now than there's ever been. So hopefully that will help. Did anyone ever try American pondweed in a pond or aquarium? I'm not sure. I never have. K-Stu says, just started a new job as Ford sales rep today. Probably not going to work. The manager threw a huge temper tantrum on one of the salesmen for no reason. Waste of my time. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, I went to interview at a Volkswagen dealership, and I'm like, this is the most toxic bull BS that I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, no way do I ever want to be a car salesman. Like, ever. Although I'm sure the last, like, 2 years has been amazing for car salesmen. They're probably making stupid amounts of money. But, man, one of my favorite things to read, I'm not a big Reddit person, but there is a Reddit of car salesmen, like, There's tons. I don't know what it's called. I have it saved. I don't even have like a Reddit account. But they talk about like their craziest stories, like working at car dealerships, and it's just insane what goes on there. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says, please hit the like button. 106 likes, and then last I looked, 170 watching. Are we back up to 170? I thought for sure we'd lose some. Yeah, there's only 100. Oh, shoot, there's 170. And we're sitting here talking about cars? Pull it together, people. This is a fish stream. Amanda says, I did a tub pond and not sure I'll do it again. The increase in mosquitoes was insane. Well, your fish are supposed to be eating those. That's kind of weird. If you did it again, maybe more fish, because they should be eating the crap out of mosquito larvae. Do you still have any dirty tanks? Not currently. Not currently. If I ever set up my 300 gallon, it'll most likely be dirted. So you'll get to see that process. I tried car salesman, and it definitely was not a good environment. Commission sales in general, like I did commission sales for a long time, and there's so much backstabbing, it's ridiculous. My brother was a car salesman. He was so stressed his doctor literally wrote a prescription for him to quit. Doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, commission sales, man. Really, yeah, a job is bad enough as it is, and if you have to fight with your coworkers every single day, and I'm not talking about like verbal, I mean there's like physical altercations almost every day over like a $7 commission. It's like, what are you guys doing? This is not a fun time. I think my next hire is going to be in El Camino, so I have a bed for moving tanks around. Yep. I mean, I bought a truck just for that. Well, and for camping and stuff, but gotta have a truck. Especially if you have multi-tank syndrome, you definitely need a vehicle that can help you out with that. It takes a lot of prep. It takes a lot to prep a tank that size. I would have put 2 of mine to make one that size. Oh, never mind. You're talking to Bunny. Twin Cities Guppies. That's a great tank setup. Wait. Is Kang Lee here? We were just talking about Kang Lee. I don't see Kang Lee. Kang Lee, if you're here, though, hello. Hello, if you're here. My fancy pleco killed my longfin green dragon. Is there another algae eater I can put in a 60-gallon tank with it? That's interesting. I would do bristlenose again, but I would not do the longfin variety. And I would see if you could find an adult. The fish kept the mosquito larva at 0, but there were lots of mosquitoes where I am. I see. See, I had the opposite problem. There was one summer where I left my 8-foot tank like in front of my garage. And of course it rained and it filled with water, and then like there was mosquitoes everywhere. Like you could just look and see all the larvae. And I was even going out there like every day and scooping out and feeding my fish with it. And I was like, hey, this is like free fish food, but it wasn't worth it. I had so many mosquitoes. They were just hatching out way faster than I could feed them. I literally doubled the amount of tanks I have because I set up 20 highs for breeding guppy strains. Has anyone got that new 60-gallon from Petco yet? I want it so bad. So bad. I've absolutely nowhere to put it. But that new 60-gallon breeder is so awesome. I want it so bad. I got to go to Petco tomorrow, and I might buy it. I don't know. But I might. I shouldn't. Zany Duty says, I'm only 3 hours from Twin Cities Guppies and not close to any other good. I would make that drive to go there, like, just like one time just to check it out. Totally. I think it'd be worth it. Daniel says, hello everyone. Hope all are well and safe and healthy. Thank you, Daniel. I hope you are too. If I saw you in an El Camino with a bunch of tanks in the back, I'd flag you down and say, wanna be friends? That's funny. Any advice on keeping ammonia spiking when breeding bettas in a small tub? You have to do lots of water changes. I mean, there's no way around that. Ammonia, if you're getting ammonia spikes, then you need more biological filtration. If you have no way of doing that, then the only other option is water changes. But I would add more sponge filters, because clearly whatever you're having there now is not handling the load. What are the dimensions of the 60-gallon breeder? That sounds like a fun tank. It's exactly the same as a 75, except it's shorter. It's 6 inches shorter, I believe. So the same footprint, 18 by 4 feet, but it's like 16 inches tall, I think. No, that's too tall. No, I think that's right. Donnie and AZ says, I saw the 60 breeder. Cool tank. It is so cool. Oh, you know what? I actually took a picture of it. I forgot. I totally took a picture of it. Look at all these messages from when my stream went down. Thanks, guys. I didn't know you cared. I got like 18 messages. Okay, where am I at here? Okay. Oh, man. I didn't realize I've been taking so many pictures lately. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is right here. Does it say the dimensions? 48 by 18 by 16. So I was right. You can't really see it on my phone, or I would show you. Oops. Where'd it go? You can kind of see it, I guess. Wait, let me get this out of my way. Get out of the way, chat. Okay, still on there? Yep. So you can kind of see it there. Just a shorter 75. It's really cool. All right, come back, chat. Come back. All right. Okay, I really like the 60-gallon frag tank. Same as the 120, but half the height. Yeah, that one's a cool one too. The 2 foot by 4 foot. What size lid for the 60 breeder? It would be the same as the 75, since it's the exact same footprint. So 75-gallon lids should fit, as long as they're the same brand, because the rims are different between the different brands. Is there a center brace in the 60 breeder? Oh, that's a good question. I don't think I caught it in the photo. No, there does not appear to be a center brace. I have another photo here. Actually, I can't really see if there is a center brace or not. Oh yeah, I can. There doesn't appear to be. But there might be. I don't know. Inconclusive. Inconclusive. I'm not hating at all. Just wondering. I think the people that want the extra space are better off with the 75-gallon, because most people do too high on a rack, and I'm not sure the small height difference makes a third tank viable. The reason I really enjoy the idea of a 60-gallon is for plants. Just like for planted tanks, the being shorter, getting much more light penetration is priceless. It makes it way easier to grow plants. Especially if you want to do like, yes, there is a center brace. There you go. There is. Especially if you want to do like foreground plants, carpeting plants, that lower height makes a huge difference. You lose so much par in 6 inches of water. All right. I am going to go on a quick bathroom break because I am starting to dance around. So I will be right back. Be right back. All right. Much better. Oh, where's my chat? Always losing my chat. All right. Now we got to top off. We just drained. Oh, yeah, that's good. Max says, got any tips for top hat blennies? I know it's best to keep them in brackish. Yes, brackish in an area for them to come out of the water. Dee Dee says her boobies get wet in deep tanks also. That's true. Did you wash your hands? No. I didn't pee on my hands, though, so why would I wash them? Come on. How bad are you at going to the bathroom? You don't need to wash. Way easier to work with shallow water. Deep tanks have their place. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, bigger the better. It's just, you know, way more expensive to have lighting on deeper tanks if you want, like, carpeting plants and foreground plants and high-tech plants. The 60 breeder will take two 24-inch glass lids. Aquarium is the brand. Miss the ragtime music. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is I formatted my hard drive and now I can't find some of that stuff, so yeah. Still trying to work out the kinks, Bob. Don't bully me. Who's bullying you? Oh. Oh my gosh. Woo, that was a lot funnier than I expected. Oh my gosh. That is wow. I was not expecting that. I like it. Good job. Good job. Question: is it possible for a large angelfish to eat their fish? Eat other fish? They seem to disappear. Oh yeah, they will swallow them whole if it fits in their mouth. I have seen angelfish swallow like full-grown adult a mono shrimp, which get big. If you've never seen like a full-grown adult, yeah, angels will they'll swallow anything if it fits in their mouth. I like deeper tanks because I'm tall, so I have longer arms. I grow my baby discus out in 65-gallon tanks. Was that a movie reference? If you guys have never seen Deuce Bigalow, a male gigolo, there is a scene where he goes to a fish store and he asks the lady working there to get snails out of the fish tank, and he specifically wants the ones on the bottom because she has to bend over into the tank and she's wearing a white t-shirt, and you can imagine what happens next. So there you go. Deuce Bigalow, male gigolo, movie reference. Made that mistake with putting white clouds in with my angels. Expensive meal. Yep. Yeah, like they'll eat neon tetras. Yeah, really cool hat, Bob. Well, thank you. I cannot take credit. It is Columbia. There you go. Deep tanks can also be hard to balance. So much light blasting the stuff near the top. I don't think it's much of a balance issue. It's just harder to get light penetration the deeper it is. I mean, that's just obvious, right? So you'll end up with, if you don't have enough light, you'll end up with like stem plants that have like bare stems like the first 6 inches, and they just look all ratty. But, you know, it's all just personal preference. It doesn't really matter. Like if you want to run 3 lights on your tanks and get a really tall tank, go for it. Like nothing wrong with that. Unholy Orders, what's going on, buddy? Hope all is well. Oh yeah, can't complain. Deuce Bigalow, so funny and wrong. That one tank in that movie was nice from what I remember. The thing that really pisses me off about Hollywood and fish tanks, it's either just like goldfish in like 5-gallon tanks or like these $5,000 saltwater tanks. Like, where's the nice planted community tanks in Hollywood? They just don't exist. Maybe I need to call some of my buddies down there and be like, hey, let's get some tanks in some of these films. Call my buddy Sylvester. Next Rocky movie, we'll do a nice planted tank. I put fire red shrimp in with my rainbow tank, and that was an expensive meal too. You should be able to. I don't understand, Curtis. Like, I keep shrimp in every single one of my rainbow tanks without problems. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing over there. He explained, but it happens to me. I posted a video once. Oh yeah, still talking about that. Anybody know where to get printed vinyl for aquarium backgrounds? I'm looking for something with an underwater scene. Yeah, no, but yes, if anyone knows, I would be curious to see that as well. I don't know that you would find something. I mean, there's like the plastic or like the paper rolls in like fish stores, but that stuff always looks so cheesy. Mr. Rogers had a community tank. That is true. That is true. That's because Mr. Rogers is like an OG fish person. It's always the mob boss with a 1,000-gallon saltwater tank. Yeah. And then there's that. It's funny because there's that video, or there's a couple videos on YouTube of that guy in like New Jersey with like that 20,000-gallon saltwater tank. And you're like, yeah, you know he owns a garbage company, right? Like, you know where that money's coming from. Going to be putting a pair of triple reds next week. Going to be getting a pair of triple reds next week. That's awesome. Buddy fed a paradise fish to his lion's fish. That seems kind of like a waste. Bye. I mean, hi. Hello. 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 More planted rainbow tanks need to be on film. Yep. And you know, my buddy Sylvester, he does like his he likes his fish, he likes his turtles. T Franks tanks. What is going on, my friend? I hope you've been well. Yeah, I can't complain. So T Franks tanks. The very first person I ever saw wearing my t-shirt out in the wild. There you go. Little history lesson for y'all. I think back in like 2016 or 2017, I said, holy smokes. I was with Corey and I was like, holy smokes, that guy's wearing my t-shirt. I've never seen that before. So I will never forget you, my friend. I never will. Easy background has double-sided foam, picture on one side, solid on the other. Mine is a sunset of Lake Malawi. Oh, you might want to look up that, Ian. Easy E. Easy E. Easy E. Still have it? Awesome. I don't even think I have my first t-shirt. Stir Fry Guy says he has not mentioned Paradise Gourami yet this stream, so he's just going to mention it right now. Paradise Gourami. Yeah, Big Guppy makes a good suggestion, and I was going to suggest it too, like car wrap companies, but they're not going to be like painted for like the ocean. Sure, you'll get like solid colors. You can even get like the color changing ones, but again, not going to be like paintings of underwater awesomeness. Hail the Lurker Nation. Dan the Man. What's going on, buddy? Not sure they're still sending them though. So yeah, check out Easy and see what are they like on Amazon or eBay, or is it an actual company? I guess I can just Google it myself. Easy aquarium background. Easy Aquatics. This store is closed for maintenance, so I guess not. Oh, Etsy shop. Maybe their Etsy is still open. New York. Oh, that one's kind of interesting. They might have what you're looking for. I don't know. Check this out, Ian. Click that link. Click that link. I like some of the 3D backgrounds. I only like the actual 3D backgrounds on large tanks. The flat, like 3D, but they're flat. I do love those ones. Forget what I said about acrylic. I meant to say vinyl. Vinyl. Skipper is going to be in the hot spot on Biz tonight. I hope Biz burns him up. Burns him up. Burns. Buddy fed his paradise fish to his lionfish. Was referencing the guy from Deuce Bigalow. Oh. See, that one went right over my head. I was like, that seems kind of like a waste. Yeah, but I do. I actually, okay, now that you mention that, I do remember it. The thing that guy really annoys me because he just goes, hey, fishy, 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 just tapping on the tank. Like, dude, no wonder you're gigolo because you have no brains. No brains. Got those endlers, a really nice QT plants. Couldn't help myself. Dan's, at Dan's. Bunny Viper, okay. Bunny Viper says, at Dan's Fish, hey, buddy, got those endlers, a really nice QT plants, etc. Couldn't help myself. I think you're talking about Dan's Fish. You just say Dan's. So, hopefully. I was thinking of making fish that light up and go in a receiver hitch. Think of making a fish that light up and go in a Oh, okay. So, like, it lights up when the brake light comes on or something? I see. It took me a second to figure out what you were talking about, but now I get it. Please hit the like button. I think most graphic design vinyl print shops would be able to print whatever you want on a vinyl sticker. Yeah, I think you're really going to have to do some digging around there. Hey, that link ain't bad. Thanks. Yes, thanks, Rob. DeFreeze Aquariums, thank you. Fish Stream, you're hardly a lurker. I've seen you talk at least 5 times. You can't be a lurker. Sorry, you lost lurker status. Come on, Marty. You're not a lurker. You talk too much. Not too much. Too much to be a lurker, but not too much in general. When you build small glass rimless tanks, do you place the glass wells on the top of the bottom glass or around the bottom of the glass on the sides? So there is a way you're supposed to do it, and I don't remember, so I'm not going to say. I just looked that up like a month ago, too. I want to say it goes on the sides and not on the top, but I could be wrong. But there is actually, I'm sure someone in chat will know. Someone in chat has to know. Gotta go back to work. Much love, everyone. Have a blessed night. Good night, Bob. You too, Aqua Garden Zen. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Dan's Fish rules. Everyone else drools. I agree. Ask almost all my fish. I have officially emptied 10 of his tanks, if memory serves. There you go. Stephen P, what's going on, buddy? Exits lurk mode. I lurk hard. I see both ways all the time, but they're, on a small tank, it's probably not going to matter at all. But there's something with like the tensile strength of the silicone that it's supposed to go a certain way. I just don't remember, but it's out there. But like I said, on a small tank, it's probably not going to matter at all. If you're talking like 5, even like 10, 20 gallons, probably not going to matter because it's like something like 400 pounds per square inch or something. So it's really not going to matter. What is it like? To get to 400 pounds, you have to be in like the 40 to 55 gallon range. And that's with water, substrate, hardscape. Dan says, warehouse build is coming along. Been building racks for the last week. Built 19 tank rack sections today. Only 5 more to go. Then the glass. I remember the last time you had to drill all that glass. The whole sea of 40 breeders as far as the eye can see. I'm glad I don't have to do that. Wait, what the Frank happened to my membership? I couldn't tell you. You canceled it, my friend. I don't know. Did you get a new debit? Most of the time it's people getting like new debit cards or something like that. How fast does EcoComplete absorb fertilizer? So, if there is a way to know that, I don't know what it is. It has to actually absorb it. Curtis says sides. I'm 80% sure. I'm pretty sure it's the side too. But again, it's just like a 5-gallon tank. Like, it's not gonna matter. I don't know. I don't even know how you would measure that. Fish water. I couldn't even begin to like venture a guess. Stephen P says, "Yep, new card. That'll do it. That'll do it. Welcome back. Welcome back, my friend. I appreciate it. New camera. The stream is looking crisp. No, it's just in 4K. It's just in 4K. It is a different lens. So I was using this lens for a while. Then I switched to a different one so I could use this current lens filming. And I no longer film with this lens, so it's back to the live stream lens. And so here we are. And I actually put it in 4K, which it was only like in 1080 for a while. Xanadudu says, for whomever asked, I've worked in advertising for 20 years. Any big city will have places that can do vinyl graphic wraps up to a semi-truck. There you go. Chris Salazar, welcome. An influx of members. I like it. LOL Matt, hook me up through his card. Not to get on like a membership tirade or anything, but I sure hope they allow gifted subs or gifted memberships. I mean, the fact that it's been like 3 years and they still don't do it is ridiculous to me. It should 100% be a thing. I did not have success with EcoComplete. EcoComplete is still my favorite planted substrate. But, you know, it doesn't work for everyone, I guess. I stole Steven's old card. That'll happen. I kind of like these membership chat things. How often do you get them? Do you get them once a month or... I don't know. I am a member to... I think I'm up to 6 channels now. Yikes. But I would rather, be able to go to someone else's stream, and instead of like super chatting like $20, I'd rather gift like 4 memberships. I would totally gift a sub to someone who needs it. Well, let's be real. Nobody needs a membership to Steenfott Aquatics. I am super appreciative, but nobody needs one. Let's be real. Have I ever kept vampire crabs? No, I really want to. It is on my list of species to keep eventually, but I don't know when that's going to be. But I really do love crabs. One of my main reasons of wanting to get back into saltwater is just to keep crabs. What is like is it the emerald crab or just like the cheapest like $5 crab in saltwater? I love those guys. They're so angry and they're so small. They're fun to watch. So eventually I'll do vampire crabs, but I haven't yet. Math is hard. I think they need a membership. All right. All right, me too. They are pretty nifty. Nifty gifties. Xanadudu says, man, I love Eco-Complete. Sorry it didn't work for you. Yeah, I mean, it might not even have been Eco-Complete. There's so many different variables when it comes to, like, plants, but, you know, everyone's got to find their way. It's not always going to, what works for me is not going to work for everyone. Amanda says, I have vampire crabs, really enjoying my first paludarium, and the crabs are super cool. Just started building my crabitat. Awesome. Awesome. I hope you post videos when you get them. I'm members on smaller channels mostly. I think Choreo is okay, but someone can use some help getting rolling. I am a member on Corey's channel, just because I like what he does for the hobby. Not because he's one of my friends, just I think he's doing a lot of good things, and I like to support that. Crawdads, those are illegal to own here. I love Blackhawks. All right. All right. Stupid autocorrect. Hey, man, Blackhawks are pretty cool. Wait till I start this job. I'm becoming a member to every cool fish tubers channel. You're all cool to me. Aw. Scuba Stevo. Thank you. I appreciate it. My favorite thing is to watch or listen to Corey and Bob's live streams, and also the old Real Fish Talk streams with Joel. Yeah, I need to do some stream. I need to get some guests on here. It's been a while. In 10-gallon tank, have a large mesh bag, 4x6, I think, full of eco, capped under 2 inches of sand and pea gravel. I tried the Corey method with 10 pumps of Tshirts to start cycle by morning, nitrates 20 parts per million. I'm not. Is that just a statement? 10-gallon tank. I have a large mesh bag full of eco, capped under 2 inches of sand, pea, gravel. I tried Corey's method. 10 pumps of Tshirts to start the cycle. Sweet, I guess. I don't know. I want to get an anemone crab and rock nems, but haven't had the courage to try saltwater. It's super easy, Amy. Like, it's not that difficult. Unless you're like really getting into like corals and, you know, a lot of the, I mean, when I did my saltwater tank, I just used tap water. Like, it's not even that big a deal. Granted, I wasn't going like the crazy corals. I had like pulsing xenia. I had some crabs and some shrimp. Like, tap water did just fine. I'll stream with you next Monday, Bob, with special guest Stir Fry Guy. We can talk about stir fry all night. I'm getting kind of hungry, so I don't want to talk about stir fry. Do y'all still stay in touch with Lamont? So Chris, I was never, the only time I ever really talked to Lamont was when I went to Aquarium Co-op when he still worked there. And we talk about like reptiles for like hours. But outside of like the Aquarium Co-op, I never really talked to Lamont. I'm pretty sure Corey still talks to Lamont and like checks in. He moved out of state, so yeah, not much you can do about that. My local PetSmart has a bunch of bug bites on clearance right now. $1.99 for a container. You can find good deals like that actually quite a bit when you actually go into like a Petco. Like, I always cruise through the fish section because they're always clearancing stuff out. Like, you know, there's a new product line or they're just getting rid of a brand. Good tip though. There you go. $1.99 for bug bites, Petco. Xanadudu says, I think 1 pump per 10 gallons, Co-op Easy Green. Yeah, but he's using it to start the cycle, so he's pumping in extra, like, nitrates. And I think that's the goal of using extra. A tarantula, what type of crabs? Vampire crabs. Uh-oh. Go easy on that Easy Green. I learned the hard way because I sent my water parameters through the roof with 1 pump per week. I quit using it. You got something else going on. It's the one pump per week is not gonna screw with you that much unless you have like a 2-gallon tank. Have you ever had freshwater sponge in an aquarium? I haven't. I've seen it, but I've never had it one myself. That's correct. He was saying starting a cycle by over Tshirts. Yes, easy green. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. That would be interview just for an argument over who likes planted rainbow tanks more. Wait, what? What did I miss? I like arguments. What are we arguing about? Congratulations, Scuba. Let's get him here. I have a heavily planted 32-gallon that gets a pump a day of Easy Green and can't get nitrates to register. So that could be a few things, Amanda. One, if you're using the API liquid nitrate test kit, that thing is trash. I would not trust that. The other liquid test kits are good, but the nitrate one gives a lot of false readings. It's very, very particular. And you'll see this a lot in like planted forums or planted Facebook groups. There's lots of discussions over the nitrate, like fights start over the nitrate test kit. It's kind of funny. But yeah, if you're super heavily stocked, one pump per 10 gallons is not going to cut it. And not, like if you have like highlights, especially if you're running CO2, you got to remember like the easy Tshirts is not for like high-tech tanks. It's for beginners. It's for like low, medium light plants. So that's what it's kind of designed for. I kind of want to get some dark green plants and dark red male endlers for my 10-gallon desk tank. Maybe fake skull that looks decent, kind of like a spooky vibe. Maybe like some red LED lights inside the skull. Spooky. Steenfott Aquatics, I said you should interview Stephen P. 2003. He then said you two would argue about who likes planted rainbow tanks more. Maybe we could have a rap battle. A rap battle. I use strips and read nitrates on, and it reads nitrates on the other. Okay, strips. I actually think the strips are like way more reliable than the liquid nitrate test kit. But yeah, so like I don't go by the 1 pump per 10 gallons when I use Easy Green. I go with my gut. So if I have like a 20-gallon tank and it is just stocked full of plants, I already know that 1 pump per week is not, or so it'd be 2, right? One for every 10 gallons. I already know like 2 pumps is not going to do it. So I don't even use the pump thing it comes in. I get the bulk containers and I put it in like a big spray bottle that I got at Home Depot, and I just squirt, and I always overdo it. Always. 1 pump of Easy Green a week in my 40-gallon, moderately planted, low light is almost too much, to be honest, but I also have 1 to 2 parts per million ammonia straight out of the tap. So every water change, it converts a lot. That I would hate. I would hate ammonia coming out of my tap water. Oh boy, have to get Jason from Jadron Aquatics out of retirement. I'm a fish nerd. When I was 10, I had a friend sneak a crayfish from the ditch into my backyard, into my aquarium. Only noticed him by chance when I woke up and forgot to turn off my tank. He was very blue and very big. I would be mad. I would be mad if people putting stuff in my fish tank without telling me. Even if they told me, I'd be mad. Imagine if you could get Gary Lang on for a stream. I'd pay to see it with my lovely comments, of course. I mean, I've met Gary many times now. He was on the Aquarium Co-op's podcast there for, I think, twice. He has a lot of fun stories, a lot of interesting stories. I've seen a ton of his talks. How do you know you need more ferts. So I've been doing planted tanks for a very long time. I know the Easy Green is designed for the average hobbyist, and I know that my tanks have way more plants than the average hobbyist. I also know like a tank full of Anubias is not going to need as many ferts as like a tank full of Rotala and AR Mini and Laguidia. Any stem plants grow insanely faster than Anubias. So like, I know that I'm going to have to spray more in this tank than the tank with the Anubias. It's just from experience. Greetings from Australia. In general, do I need to wash sand from my tropical tank when setting it up? It's going on top of nutrient-rich soil. So it really depends on the sand. Most sand you're going to have to rinse just to get a lot of the dirt out of it, a lot of dust. So yeah, you're probably going to have to wash it. But there is sand that doesn't need to be washed, like lapis luster sand is the sand I buy. I have no idea if you have that in Australia, but that doesn't need to be washed because it's actually made in a kiln, so it's like burned in like a 400 degree oven, so it like burns off all the impurities, all the dust. It's just super clean, so you don't have to wash it. Deuces, thanks for the great info, buddy. See you later, Bob Vance. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Has anyone dealt with chlorine poisoning before? I dosed dechlorinator for a couple weeks now, but I forgot to change the dosing, so I didn't put enough for chloramines. Already lost a Cory. What can I do? It's never too late to add dechlorinator, so I would absolutely add more. Jeez. So there's something that goes on with my water. Anytime we get lots of rain here, I can almost, like, you can smell the water after it rains a lot, and it's like they're just pumping chemicals into it. It smells like a science lab, and it's the worst tasting water ever. And it usually lasts like 3 days after a heavy rain. So I'm actually gonna have to next time it does it, I'm gonna take a sample and do some testing on it, and probably send it in for testing. Because whatever it is they're putting in the water, they're putting in way too much. Like, it just smells, it tastes disgusting. After heavy rain, I can't do water changes. Like, I won't do a water change for like a week, which is really annoying, just because I don't trust it. So yeah, the next big rain, I'm gonna send in my water to have it tested. Thank you. Also, your hat is awesome. Well, thank you, 521. 5 Blackjack. I'm going downtown next week. If you need me to swing by and pick up sand for you, how much nitrate is supposed to register per pump of Easy Green? Does water hardness, pH, etc. affect that? I honestly don't even know the exact dosing of nitrates. It says on the website. I believe it has a breakdown if you go to their website. I've been using Easy Green since before it was even available to the public. So it's like, I don't know, it's very easy for me to just like look at my plants and, okay, this needs this many squirts, or this tank needs this many squirts. Kang Lee, what's going on, buddy? We were talking about you earlier. How does root plants do in pool filter sand? So you see a lot of people go back and forth on this, using sand in planted tanks. I wouldn't recommend sand for like someone who's just getting into planted tanks, because plants will grow in sand. It's just, you're not going to be as successful as you would in like gravel. Plants just grow slower. It takes longer for the roots to spread when your substrate is more compact like that. So yes, you can get carpets. A lot of the carpeting plants that you see, people are like, oh, I got carpeting on my sand. It's usually a thing like microsore that sends runners over the sand, right? So it just takes longer for your plants to spread with sand. Definitely doable though. Like, you can grow any plants in sand. It's just not my favorite for that reason. Just takes longer. I recently got Bluetooth jumper cables and just can't get them to jumpstart my car. Man, I wonder why. Steenfott Aquatics, I work at a lab that tests water. Most water treatment plants pump extra chlorine and chloramines into the water to combat the extra bacteria that the rain washes into the system. Yes, so where I moved from did that. But this doesn't smell or taste like chlorine at all. It's completely different. At my old house, like, you could smell the chlorine in the water. You're like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to use this water today. But here I can't even describe it. It's really metallic tasting and smelling, and it tastes awful. Like, if you didn't know and you just drank, like, you would spit it out. You wouldn't even swallow. You'd be like, what the heck is going on here? It is so bad. Amanda says, I really like Easy Green. Really hoping the co-op gets shipping to Canada worked out soon. It only comes up on Amazon Canada every couple months. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are preventing that from happening, I can imagine. Especially now. It's just, yeah. Hopefully, I agree. Hopefully, it'll be more readily available. I don't think they'll ever ship to Canada from their warehouse. I think hopefully it'll just be on Amazon more often. But who knows? I don't know much about, like, Amazon's processes and procedures, especially over in a different country. I have no idea. But I like Easy Green too. It's easy. It's easy. But in my high-tech tanks, I still do like EI dosing dry ferts, just because it's easier. My dwarf aquarium lily is sending its first lily pad up. It's about halfway to the surface now. It looks so cool. Eventually, your whole surface will just be lily pads and it'll be out of control. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Sorry about that little hiccup. We got a two-parter tonight, so part 1, part 2 will be available for everyone to rewatch. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. Like I said, I really do appreciate it. I have a ton of fun hanging out with everyone, even the lurkers. There are 180 people here and only like 30 people are talking, so the 150 lurkers, thank you. You are very important. I appreciate it. I'm going to order 2 more myself. There you go. 2 more aquarium lilies. Dwarf aquarium lily. I always found that to be a funny name because it's not very dwarf.